go.
Yep, normal dice, YouTubers versus plebs. Blitz game, here we go.
Oh, that's right. Hey, welcome everybody back to the DZMC Gaming Channel. We are going to do our first live streamed game. And our opponents, actually, this is a custom game. Teammates with FriskyCow. You should have seen his YouTube videos as well. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to let you guys talk. Playing against Air Dolphin 98, who was my duo team player in this year's duo tournament. We finished, I think, third or fourth. I don't think we ever had a semifinal game. So
we played the semifinal.
Oh, did we lose that?
Yeah, we lost the semifinal, but we did good.
So we finished fourth. And we got Shakey online. I've never had the pleasure of meeting Shakey, so nice to meet you, Shakey. And
Actually,
I think that's
know who I am. I am the one who has left comments on your page.
Oh, okay.
Which is also pretty hilarious when you're like, I enjoy all the comments, and there's like, it's only my comment.
Yeah, there's like, I've had like maybe 12 comments from all the videos I posted. There's like 12 total comments. It's crazy.
We're all small time in this community. It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't exactly pick the world's #1 game to start YouTubing on.
Yeah, we're not Fortnite. It's okay.
Well, we're a niche community. I like that as well, though.
Turn one, there's really nothing to commentate on, so I don't think you're really talking over anybody. There's no in-depth strategy to be had right here, because I mean, once you've gotten to gold, you kind of know what Russia's gonna do. Probably, they're probably not going to leave their submarine in Sea Zone 4 like they may have done about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, I would hope not. I saw.
Oh yeah, we get that.
Okay.
Oh, that's nasty.
It's pretty good.
I'm okay with this.
That's a little above. That's about an average West Russia, but a terrible.
Oh, you kept going. Okay. I figured you would have cut your losses and kept your tanks.
No, I gotta kill the bomber.
Lucky for you, my bomber's before tanks in my defense profile.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well.
I watched a video where somebody was doing a West Russia push. Was that your video, Frisky, or no?
Mine against Caster Rav, I did West Russia, and I didn't. I don't like going for Ukraine because shit like this happens to me all the time.
Yeah. I've been pretty lucky this year. I've been pretty lucky.
I'm sorry, I should ask. Are you a PG-13?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
I could be. Depends what you want, mister.
I just don't know how many curse words I should or should not be avoiding right now. Because I work in construction, and so every other word is an F-bomb for most of my coworkers.
Well, I don't think we need to do every other word, but I mean, throwing in the occasional, oh shit, or
that's acceptable. Okay. Cool. Since Russia's had such terrible luck this turn, that might change what I want to do. I could stack Ukraine.
Yeah, and there's no KJF here. I doubt.
They could try, but I don't. I mean, honestly, with a bad Ukraine, I think Germany's going to have enough of an advantage that trying to go Japan first is going to make it really awkward.
It'd already be too late. I think Kent knows this. Shakey knows this.
Well, but I mean, I'm a really bad Germany player. We've established that.
Oh no, I didn't find your play terrible from what I've seen. What I've seen of it.
Shh. I'm gonna actually just stick with the same buy. No, I'm not. I don't need the destroyer this game. I love the destroyer buy so much, though. It makes me feel so good.
I've done it in 7 of my 8 games this year, and it's worked perfectly.
It makes me feel amazing. It's so
either
powerful.
That or it's either that or the 2 tank buy. I like the 2 tank buy for Germany too.
I am going to do the destroyer buy with a twist, I think. I don't know how I'm going to make this work just yet. So I'm going to go 7 is kind of the clear cut, hey, you kind of got to do this. Strangely enough, I think Karelia is still mostly dead zoned. I don't think I can safely stack that because of the 2 tank buy. And 2, where's my other piece? I can take 1 sub.
Oh, you bought a bomber there too. That's interesting. I like that.
I like it too. So I think what I'm
That's only
deciding on
because
is the other sub.
That's only because of Ukraine, right? It's only because of Ukraine. Would you have normally bought a bomber?
I would typically buy a bomber if Russia took Ukraine. And I love buying a bomber and a destroyer. Admittedly, it shorts me a lot of infantry right now, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to need them right this second.
Yeah.
And it just opens up a lot of options. Because
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's no different than my destroyer 2 tank 7 infantry buy. It's the same thing. It's just what our preference is on moving the pieces. You prefer a bomber? I prefer 2 tanks.
I could realistically just take Caucasus right now. I'd lose a handful of tanks to do it, but it would pull both his fighters off the board.
I do it. You can take 8 there. 8?
I mean,
2, 3, 4, 5.
even if I lose a fighter,
7, 8, 9. You could actually send 9. Yeah, he does have. Actually, I wouldn't send any more than 3 planes. Because he does have 2 anti-aircraft.
well, I don't want to send more than 3
Oh.
planes because the only other one I can take is on Germany, and I don't want to have to land on Ukraine with that fighter.
Yeah.
So I think we're kind of following an unofficial don't bother with calculators because it takes too long approach here.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah.
And nah, I'm gonna stay safe with the dice here. I'm taking enough risks going for Caucasus.
Thank you.
Because I know
I'm
he's
not
gunning
a,
for me first anyway.
I'm not a big fan of the 5-1. The only time I'm a fan of that is if things go really, really bad for Russia in the first round, or they put their sub somewhere other than C Zone 7. Then I'll do it. Let's go, baby.
No anti-air hits. He's taking guns first. I've got 3 out of 3 on the infantry.
I think you still go
So
for
that
it.
puts me a tank and 3 fighters versus 2 infantry, 2 fighters. So I'm going to average 2 hits. He's going to average 2 hits. Or he's got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, he's going to average 2 hits. So we have equal attack power. So if I hit 2, he hits 2. I'm losing a fighter. He's losing infantry. So then I've got 2 fighters versus his 2 fighters, and it's completely even. Like right now, that was just him hitting 3 out of 3. It was just terrible luck. And I think I really should retreat. Yeah, as much fun as it would be to completely dick over Russia and take those fighters, his dice were just too good. So I think I got to fall back.
Stalingrad, baby.
So
Yeah, I noticed you guys were all conspicuously quiet over there on the other side.
I'm thinking about Russia's anti-aircraft guns. You know, they're not the greatest unit, but it's not great losing them this early because you'll never buy enough.
and Germany has not lost as many planes as you would typically hope for right now. Oh, well, this is why we brought 6.
Nice.
Oh, I don't love that.
So, because I went for Caucasus, my fighters are in a really awkward position here.
You gotta, yeah.
No sense in me putting anything else on Ukraine right this second. But
All right.
stack here is
well,
kind of
then,
interesting.
Last chance.
I'd like to
for
run the numbers on that
fighter.
battle. I think you probably come out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Dolphin.
Shake.
Yes, yes.
Last call for any fighter support.
Fighter support on West Russia. I'd say, yeah, go for it.
All right, that's a spirit.
You know, it's funny. In the game that I just started, my new game, I actually forgot to put the infantry into Karelia.
That's awkward.
And I'm still winning games. I do stupid stuff like that. I make one boneheaded move like that every freaking game I played this season.
I don't know how good I feel about stacking Belarus. 1, 2, 3.
Well,
because
at this
my
point,
fighters are just really out of position. I really don't want them to be on any of the places that those two are able to land. And he's still got both his fighters, so actually I don't think stacking there is a good idea. I think he trades efficiently with me.
he's got the 2 tanks in Russia too. You got to watch that.
So as much as I hate to drag on my turn for a century and a half, I feel like this is what I must do.
No problem. No problem.
Because, well, I ain't running calculators here, so it's,
No, but that's what I was just going to say though. Is that if I were to run a calculator on that Caucasus battle, I think you'd come out ahead probably above 65%.
I think I had really good odds there. I felt like I had really good odds there, and I think if I brought one more fighter, it would not have made the difference with the dice that he got.
You got good
Well,
rolls.
you had mentioned that the infantry went 3 for 3. What did his planes do?
1 out of 2. So
Oh.
he got 4 hits on the first roll. Or
Well, it's 3 for 4.
something like that.
If it's 3.
I would need to check the roll log. I don't remember anymore.
Did you
I
send
just
3
remember
planes
saying
there,
that's
too?
more hits than it should be.
You sent 3 planes in there?
I sent 3 planes. Now you
So
did miss
if-
all the AA, which is nice.
Yeah, with the AA with 3 17% chances, you usually figure you get one of them.
I mean, it's cumulative 50-50. That's probably enough BS for Germany. Just cut our losses there and say, come at me, bruh.
I think he's going to come at you.
I think he is. I think it's going to quite.
I got to grab a beer. Walk with me.
I remember where we were here.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'll go up there.
Oh, God.
Looking at the scrapbook, babe.
You guys are looking at the scrapbook. I see a lot of tears and napkins or tissue coming soon.
So he's
Sorry, I
not
have a
going for
tendency
the
to
fleet
do that.
drop.
I don't.
No, you guys are all about that. I just don't love that first screen fleet drop.
It is really standard. I think what you've bought is good, but the fact that you got 2 fighters and means you have 1 IPC
Yeah.
left in the bank, or 2 IPCs left in the bank. So if you're going to buy 2 fighters, usually I'd get a couple artillery for India, rather than just stack infantry, so that if Japan ever decides to say, I'm going to stack this bunch of shit on Burma, you can just knock it right back down because you got enough artillery to challenge it directly.
We shall see. Try that bore you
And
a
you're
bit.
pulling infantry off of India. I like this. Yeah.
Wait, I'm not looking at the board, but don't we only have 2 planes in France?
We got 2 planes in France. Yeah,
And he didn't build a UK fleet?
correct.
Okay.
That's
I'm
literally what he was just asking about, is why are we pushing the fleet so much? And really the reason is just because your ultimate strategy as allies, as a faction, is probably going to be put as much pressure on Germany as possible this game, just given how bad Ukraine went. So with that as your objective, you will need a fleet eventually in the Atlantic. But if you can comfortably build one on turn 1, there's really no reason why you wouldn't.
Oh, I see the 2 fighters in Libya.
Yeah, but-
That just threw a wrench in my little.
I know what Kent's doing.
Yeah,
He's
don't.
got
The
that
2
fucking
fighters
Jedi
in
mind
Libya,
shit trick
plus the
going
bomber,
on.
plus the fact that my battleship's still alive, means if your destroyer does not survive this battle off Italy, Egypt
Yeah,
is
I like that.
completely dead zoned. No matter what you put there, it is going to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
because you have the Suez open, it is an option to just ignore the destroyer, take your own destroyer out to help against Japan and just try and pursue Japan first. But that's between you and your allied partner what you want to do. But what UK does here is going to largely determine what US is going to be forced into doing.
Don't love.
Oh, this is all of us.
Just so you guys know, I am recording though.
Oh, these are the Polaroid ones.
Everything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Look, I had hair.
You still have hair.
I know I still have hair, but I'm losing it
Look
fast.
at Mom. Look at Grandma there.
That's
Look
not
at
Okay,
always
honey,
easy.
guys, I'm in the middle of a game here. Sorry. Okay, I am back. That's what happens when you make eye contact with the women in the house.
It's like a department store.
Okay. I gotta be honest, Kent and Shakey, that what's your first name, Shakey? Is it Ed?
Nope.
It's what?
Jake.
Shaky.
Jake.
And it even
Um,
rhymes.
I gotta be honest with you guys that I'm loving the fact that you didn't build a North Atlantic fleet here. You should have, in my opinion.
Now, what I think something that would be easily changed and would have helped just a little bit is instead of taking 2 fighters against the German transport, just take 1 and take the other spare fighter against the cruiser. But I see why you didn't. It's so that both can still get to West Russia because you're trying to land 2 fighters on it. But West Russia's just not really.
Uh-huh.
It's not under pressure right now. Germany's got 2 infantry that border it, so it's just not. No one's
Okay,
attacking
we
it.
are on 7 rounds of rolls in. Oh my god. And on the 7th round, you got a hit.
I'm not even watching the battle.
Oh my god.
He's
yes,
taken
yes.
the. He was trying to take.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm lethal without losing. I'm lethal when you
Oh,
kill
boy.
that transport. Now that I got it, it's gonna be fun.
Hey, I got good news and bad news. This is going to be a short game.
No, I don't. It's too early to call that, but
I don't know. He's got no destroyer block and he's stacking India. Or stacking Egypt.
he has no choice at this point.
Because I can take a monster force into Egypt next turn.
And G gods are gonna have to come through.
I also love this med transport for the Germans because it can also supply. When you get to the mid game, when you're about ready to take Russia, you can take units, and you've comfortably owned North Africa. You could take units off of Rome and just shuffle them in. So you can build 4 and bring 2. That's 6 there. By that point, Russia can probably only build 5 or 6. So
This is where I wish I had my other 2 fighters on Southern Europe. Because with that, even with all this shit that you're putting into Egypt, I'd have 90%.
Really?
But with my 2 fighters out of position, it's more of a coin
No,
flip.
you can.
Well,
If
Yeah,
I
you
took
can-
everything I could into Egypt right now, it would be a 50-50, and that's beyond my risk profile. So if you just stack
Yeah,
Egypt
don't-
like you were just doing, you're okay. I was trying to tell you you're okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's still.
Because in my current
Yeah, it's
position,
still
I
better.
am not going to stake my entire chance at Africa on a coin flip. It's literally 50-50 to take.
and it doesn't even matter. All you're really trying to do as Germany there is just exhaust the UK's resources towards Africa from India.
As a general rule, yeah, but after turn 1, given that I had the destroyer and now your planes are usually going to be out of position to attack the battleship, usually, but not always. So
Yeah.
if I park my battleship in season 15 or 17 and just transport a couple more infantry over, then I have a little bit stronger presence in Africa. Now you have to continue taking your planes out of position if you're going to try and deal with it.
Right, Jake, that was the better move, by the way, Transjordan.
My opinion is
Okay.
Transjordan is the better move, because then you're not 3 turns away from India, because every
Yeah.
piece you pull off of India, you're going to wish you'd left there about 3 turns from now.
What do you think about leaving the infantry in Egypt? Is that
I think it's a good
silly?
idea.
You know what?
If
I
you
think
don't leave an infantry in Egypt, I promise you Germany's going to blitz through and immediately come back to Libya, and you're just giving Germany 2 free IPCs for 0 investment.
Frisky. I don't normally do a Pearl Light, but I think in this, right now the Allies are sort of bleeding a little bit.
I
mean,
would
these
still
just-
not go Pearl Harbor. I'd say when you're ahead, get more ahead.
Yeah.
I think you take as much red territory as possible, and if you want to take a big risk, you can try for Sichuan, see if you can't pull that fighter off the board, but other than that...
No, I don't do that. I wouldn't do that. That's very little reward.
Then I think you just help your odds to make sure you take Yunnan and Anhui as
It's funny
clean and
when
efficiently
Japan,
as possible.
yeah, and I will, and
I'll be right back.
that's the thing with Japan. When Japan has this kind of, I mean, when I have this transport survive in 61 with the destroyer, it's like I don't even know what to do. I get all shaky inside. Okay, well, I'm gonna kill this transport because he only has 2 planes. Wait, 1, 2, 3. You know, he can bring 4 planes.
It just depends on where you're parking. If you park on 35,
Yeah, I'll park. Yeah, I'll
1,
park
2,
there.
3, 4,
We'll
he
kill.
could go to 35 if he bought a carrier and take 4 planes.
I don't think he wants to do that.
He probably doesn't want to, but you never know. Someone who's behind can do stupid shit. So you just park on 32, and then he can't come after you.
Yeah. It can opener this too, but he's got guys down here.
Yeah, even if you were to knock the dude off Egypt, that doesn't help us too much.
No.
Or just let it be.
Well, we're gonna walk into Burma because we can. That's just maximum pressure. I think we're gonna put maximum pressure towards China, unless something really crazy opens up for us in India.
What was your buy? You got 2 transports and all ground. Interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, ground is good, but I mean, with 5 extra ground units and... Oh, well, he didn't take the transport on 61, so never mind. That makes perfect sense. You have 2 extra to play with.
Yeah. That's the idea.
Normally, I've lost the transport on 61, so it's like, okay, I mean, I could build a whole bunch of infantry and artillery, and then it's going to be another 3 turns before they leave.
I'll use the bomber down here. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? Oh, it's because I'm sending 3 guys this way. Okay.
It's because you're missing everything. The,
All right. We'll give us some flexibility here. We'll land hopefully in C zone 48, possibly.
Conway battle's a little bit light. Ideally, you could take like 1 more plane or something.
Where?
The northern
Yunnan?
China.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, Buryatia?
Yeah, one of the fighters that's going to Yunnan can actually go to Anhui, and then you can take the fighter from Caroline Islands and put him on Yunnan instead.
Actually, I can use both these fighters, but I want to be able to keep one to land here.
I figured you'd just land them all in
Or
Quangtown.
just maybe back. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
But it's a free country. You are the one controlling Japan, not me. I have never really fuddled around with the map notes. So
Yeah,
select a
it's a system.
territory and press
Not the
N to
greatest
create a
system,
map
but
note.
it is a system.
That should work. I don't think that's any glaring misses there. Pretty straightforward. I like this push. Should I leave a guy here? Planes that I'm gonna leave there? Okay, should.
It depends on whether or not you think the Dolphin is going to suicide a couple infantry in his own plane to try and
Well,
take out your
yeah,
fighter.
that's the thing. I've played with him as a team member. I know his mind. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's basically an infantry guy there, just in case.
I mean, because he might just get real lucky and roll 3 hits, and well, there goes the
Yeah.
entire Japanese Air Force.
Yeah, we've yeah, we've taken chances like that ourselves as teammates. So I know that it's in the cards always. Uh, uh, okay, I think that's good. I mean, 5 here. I'm not a big fan of that. Maybe take nah, we're good. You guys ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
So tell me why you guys don't like Pearl.
I don't like it because
Almost
usually
always do Pearl.
United States isn't coming for Japan. Or if they are, then okay, maybe Pearl's a good idea, but anything that survives your Pearl attack is going to be easy for United States to clear out. So you're trading pieces away when you're probably better off just using them to help your dead zoning the spaces that US would be moving into later. And you can kind of delay the game a little bit longer by not trading down. Then you have the fact that any fighters you take in are going to be completely out of position. You got a fighter and a bomber that aren't going to be able to help with any ground assaults for a couple of turns, just because they need another turn just to get back in the range. So you just tend to be a much faster,
Oh,
scarier Japan for applying ground pressure and gobbling up income if you don't go for Pearl Harbor. And in a kill Japan first scenario, that's probably the only time that it's really worth doing. But even then,
Which is
there's an
interesting you
argument
say
to be
that
made that
because
you could sit back.
I'm sure you guys have noticed the trend is almost always kill Japan first in
It's so hot
current
right now,
meta.
but the good news is very few people have been able to do it effectively. They just lose. I've had an easy time on ladder so far.
It's so interesting because when it's done well, I think it's unstoppable. But it's so hard to do it well.
That's one more reason why I love to buy a bomber on Germany 1, is because if I don't have a bomber, I need one. Because if I get a German bomber over to sit on Japan, you can't destroy or block Japan anymore. And it slows down United States advance by another 2 or 3 turns just because Japan's able to sit on their production hub and still be in range of the Money Islands.
wait, say that again. Were you talking to me?
It's just
No,
pick,
we're just
picking on
philosophizing.
Kill Japan first, that a
Oh,
really
oh,
glaring weakness in a Kill Japan first strategy is going to be a German bomber breaking any United States destroyer block and preventing you from getting the Money Islands uncontested. That you can keep the dead zone. You can keep a dead zone on Borneo because you can you can reach it through C Zone 60, and Germany's able to snipe C Zone 48.
right.
Yeah, so KJF does have a lot of problems.
It's got a lot going for
You
it.
know, Tim, in your last game, what I had to notice was really interesting was the Western United States bomber going all the way to Borneo. That is
Oh,
pretty great.
dude, that don't even remind me, man. If you watch my videos, you know how sore I was about all that. I lost my fleet because of 2 reasons. One, I didn't account for those bombers, and 2, I had the exact opposite defense profile as I should have had, and that's why I lost. I mean, I would have lost the fleet anyway, but I would have taken a few more of his planes with me. Turns out it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not even talking about your game. I'm just talking about in general. Going from Western to Borneo is such a strong bomber range.
You
Oh,
would
I
never
agree.
think that a plane could fly that far in one turn, but yet somehow it works out.
Actually, I don't think
Yeah.
I don't need to put these guys there.
You can put them wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in here.
Since you're building 2 transports, I would think that you should keep something
They're safe.
behind to...
Oh, they're safe.
Are they, though?
He's only got 3 infantry.
He didn't land his Russian fighters in Archangel, did he? He landed them on Caucasus, so that's different from what he
Yeah.
did about at this point, an hour ago, but
Yeah,
2
unless
fighters
I'm
plus 3
missing
infantry
something.
would go for Briatia, clear that specifically so that he could get a fighter in there. So if you're putting him on 62, you're safe. If you're putting him on 60, you're not.
No. 60 bad. All right, well, that was good. I would have liked to have had a little bit more here, and normally I would have, but I had to send them this way. So I guess, I mean, it's not a sucky turn. Pretty standard, actually, for Japan. See what he does with India, see what happens in North Africa, but his attention is focused solely down here, and nothing going on up here. So we're good. I think. After I click the button. All right. Let's see what you got, USA. What's the score? Comfortable lead?
It's KGF as usual.
3-1, 2-1. Yep.
I don't really have anything to do. I
New
could
dollar.
try for Onway.
Are you serious? You're going Japan first?
No, I said Germany first.
No, he said
Oh,
KGF.
Co. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, with that purchase, that's interesting.
No, yeah, I think
Japan's got a healthier
Onway
navy
is
than
a
Germany.
I'm rubbing my hands right now.
Onway is a bit of a risky battle, but if I can get them to not be able to trade Sichuan and have to go up there, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I lost a bunch of tanks early, and Russia got to keep their fighters, so that we've got that going for you.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a really good move. I like that move. I have no problem with that.
Well, on the other hand,
It's just where are you going to land that plane? Where's that American plane going to land?
yeah,
Pocket
that's kind of
face?
true.
We stacking
Okay,
pockets,
so
planes.
with a tank and 3 planes, we have 3 planes and an infantry. Yeah.
See, I knew you'd think about it.
It's the only 3 pieces that can attack anything this turn. I guess he's got to decide if he wants to take his western fleet all the way east, or if he wants to just take Solomon Islands and threaten to do something cheeky.
Oh, I can play. Kent knows I can play Japan just fine. He's not going to mess around with that 2 ocean thing.
No, go ahead and do it. Do it, Dolphin. Do it. I believe in you.
I'm not gonna go 2 ocean or anything.
I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking about how you can get some of those fighters into India. That's the only reason. That's the only purpose you'd have that fleet around for any reason.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to go Western Australia into India if you can.
Why wouldn't I not see that?
Which, by the way, I
you know what?
have not seen anybody try that move on me this season. By the way,
What's wrong with that?
Is
No,
it
it's a
because you
good
did
move.
Pearl?
no, I
If
only
you
did Pearl
you
once.
can't do it.
I only did Pearl once in one game. Oh, let's look. Come on, let's kill it.
Infantry hit.
He's committed.
Kill that
He's
thing.
gone to combat.
Let's kill that fighter.
Well, that's
we go.
okay. Can't complain, but sometimes I
Nice.
still do.
Oh, idiot. Oh,
The legend of Anway lives on.
Okay, I have to land in Novosibirsk now, but that's okay.
Freedom!
Anhui is a sucky province for Japan.
Okay, so I learned this from someone.
Did you guys ever watch the TTG guys?
Yeah, I've seen them all. I think I've seen them all.
Every single game, he loses like 4 infantry in Anway. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, actually, he comes to mind when I was thinking about that. When I was just thinking about Anwei is sucky for Japan. He usually is.
You just got to take more fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, if you attack with 5 infantry against 2 infantry, that's great. But if there's no fighter support, like the 2 infantry have a decent shot.
Again, to your point about not doing Pearl. Because if you do Pearl, you don't have all the extra fighters.
It frees up your planes to go all sorts of other magical places.
No, I like this move from the USA right now. I'm a big supporter of it. Actually, I left him the opportunity to do it, and he took it.
I mean, you got a sub. You could. I mean, if he's not going to land any fighters on the carrier. No, he's still
Oh, I
landing
did
2.
land
So he
2
took the
carrier.
fighter from Western U.S. and he took that down south. Okay. So then his East Coast carrier is only going to have 1 plane? Or no, it's not even going to
Yeah,
have
I
any
mean,
planes.
You might
'Cause
as
he's
well
gonna
just put
land
the
on
plane
Gibraltar.
carrier, 'cause it's the
He
same
doesn't need him
distance
on the
to
East
India.
Coast right now.
It's the same distance from 45 to India.
Yeah,
So
he
you might
doesn't
as
need
well
him on the.
Now
put
he's
on
just
the
trying to
carrier.
confuse me.
I think it's working.
Yeah, I'm sufficiently confused. They've decided that it's a
I don't think
shorter
I
trip to
missed
France
anything.
to sail west. So now I'm thinking, okay, rather than reinforce Libya, shouldn't I just take 2 infantry to Gibraltar with fighter support and just kill the fighter for free?
Oh,
Wait,
I forgot about that.
your bomber can hit C Zone 12 as well.
I gotta find 12. My
His cruiser's
bomber,
sitting there.
1,
His
2,
cruiser's
3,
sitting there.
4.
Oh yeah,
My
do that.
bomber could hit it.
Yeah, do a bomber versus a cruiser. Do that.
I don't want to risk my bomber just on a cruiser
it.
that's not protecting any transports, though.
I didn't say you should do it. I said it can hit it.
It can. You're absolutely right. And I'm pretty
And
confident that he wants me to take that.
I like pointing stuff out like that. I'm good at that.
I like the idea of just sniping that fighter. That's pretty attractive. I think he's just so accustomed to Germany not having a transport on turn 2 that he just put it there.
Yeah, honestly, that's the case.
Because
That's
Egypt's not
good
safe
point.
for me to stack right now because it won't be able to land any fighters on it, so I have to take Egypt light one way or the other. So I think Gibraltar may just have to cut it for now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that transport in C Zone 23 we're gonna kill, right? With the bomber?
Gotta find 23.
Off West Africa?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not, because I'd have to land the bomber in Morocco.
But you can defend Morocco.
With 1 infantry.
Well, you got a transport.
I got a transport, but that transport's going to be busy. I'm going to be nuking the fighter on Gibraltar and then capturing Gibraltar so that he can't send fighters from UK. Otherwise, you have 2 fighters coming in and just clear my battleship off. If I go 14 and capture Gibraltar, I should be able to keep my battleship for 1 more turn.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer Germany has that battleship, the more annoying it becomes. It doesn't even have to be, it doesn't have to do anything. Just the fact that it's there is just a constant reminder of the UK's inadequacy.
Yeah. It really is. I had a game recently where someone had bought a second transport for the Mediterranean, and they were just funneling dudes down to Africa from Germany. And it was really interesting, but it turned out then suddenly he didn't have enough infantry for Russia. He put so many down there. And if you have the transport, you feel like you have to use it.
Yeah, double transport feels good for about the first 3 turns, and then you're like, wow, Russia's got a stack of 40 infantry, and mine's only 30.
I built a second transport in my last game, but it was like late game stuff where I literally built the transport and it was safe in C Zone 15.
Yeah, that's
So.
something that I've seen repeatedly now is you clear the battleship transport on turn 1 as UK when they go for Transjordan, and then after that, all your fighters are out of position. So they just dropped 2 more transports in Sea Zone 15 without any escort ships, and are just like, there, I'm just gonna unload 4 more guys in Africa. Screw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I didn't take my turn. I forgot.
Oh.
You forgot you were Russia.
Yeah, I forgot I was Russia.
All is forgiven.
I don't know.
No, it's
I'm gonna
not.
let
I'm
you live
not
that one
forgiving
down.
you.
He's trading aggressively.
Germany, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it, man. I got you.
I hope you got me good,
I got you, bro.
'cause I'm not feeling very safe right now. I'm feeling like someone's gonna kill me. The native Ukrainian resistance is equipped with anti-armor missiles.
Thanks, Raytheon.
A brand you can trust.
Let's win one of these battles. I'll be right back.
Have I hit one yet? Nope.
Nope.
Odds are I'm
That's
gonna
weird.
hit one.
There you go.
That's the better one to hit, honestly. Would have liked
Oh.
a second. I would have loved a second right there.
Yeah.
It would have made my night.
Sure it would.
Okay, someone's deciding that they want to commit armor to India.
Just in case.
Appreciate that.
Oh, you're just gonna give Japan all the income for free? Okay, cool.
Well, I mean,
Feeling like I'm being
Yeah.
picked on.
He's going to get it no matter what. The 1 in 3 chance of killing a unit is you're better off saving that.
that's actually true.
Yeah, because he took his
Um,
tank south.
yeah,
runs
I don't.
away.
I really don't want to let him take Sichuan. Take Xinjiang actually with a tank. He does have a tank, so that is a fair
Yeah, I
statement.
guess also that could buy
And
India half
potentially,
turn. We're talking in half
Okay.
turns now for India's lifespan.
don't worry, we got this.
Ah, that
He
round 1
ain't going
season
for India.
61 still haunts me.
Japan just focusing on India tends to be a tragic mistake. And that modest US fleet on Australia is going to pull just enough ships out of position that he can't just go full hardcore into it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Even I, as ally, doesn't know what the hell's going on in 45.
Maybe your partner should enlighten you.
Well, basically, it sends 3 fighters to India.
I love that.
Yeah, and it does delay the transports the fleet by a single turn from going to Africa.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back.
You're sorry you're
Nasty
back?
smoking. No, I said nasty smoking habit. Oh, man.
Yeah, he took everything. He took everything from me, man.
What's he grabbing in now as income? 29.
Yeah, it's
It's all right. We're coming.
it ain't pretty,
Cavalry's
man.
coming.
I'm just
Cavalry's
trying to
on its
think
way.
about, do I have to take a whole bunch into Karelia, or do I have the resources that I'm able to fan out and kind of trade a little more aggressively here? I'm not really sure.
Oh, I'd stack Karelia for sure.
Yeah, but I want to
Let
do
him
that,
come.
but I want to do it with
Let
as little as I reasonably can. He's only got 3 tanks and 2 fighters right now.
He's got 7 infantry in West Russia.
I mean, that's true. Yes.
And 1 guy in Archangel. That's 8. 11. He's got 15 he can hit with Karelia with. But that's the kind of trade you want him to make, though, so I put everything in there.
Oh,
Let him trade that if he wants to.
I think we'll take modest forces for now and decide in a minute just how hard I want to commit there.
Okay, I do that too. I take my time.
Let him keep Ukraine. We'll snipe that off him. 1, 2, 3. We'll take him too. Make sure that fighter goes down in 1 roll. Tain't pretty, but it's what I've got. Battleship misses, infantry miss. Fighters hit. This is why we brought 2.
Oh yeah, always. I think in my other videos, Jake, you've been watching them, I've talked about TTG guy. We always seems to hit on that goddamn 1 infantry, 1 fighter attack on a land unit. And he never gets hit back.
I've got a policy of 2 fighters.
It is a game of dice.
Sometimes the dice just work for somebody, though.
Even 2 fighters doesn't seem to be adequate right this moment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There we go. Got it on the 2nd round.
Okay, good.
Just started running out of ammunition.
What do you guys think about this latest, I guess it's a thing, at least the last few players that I've played, is sending raw fighters at land units.
Just depends on the situation. If you got a ton of fighters and not a whole lot of anything else, then it can be pretty okay.
Well, that's just it, though. It's not a lot of fighters.
There's really 2 situations. Really, if you're losing and you're desperate, sometimes you got to take some risk. And if you're winning by a lot, if it's kind of an even game, I would never do it.
Right. I don't think I would ever do it anyway. I think it's just...
That's probably just your nature.
It's inefficient. I think Kent would follow me up on that one.
Actually, I would. It would depend on the particular situations.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but I think there would be very...
Generally speaking, I don't think I would just do that and risk a plane just without sending infantry cover. But the particular situation is when you're Japan defending against the KJF, you want to kill all the U.S. units if you can. Those U.S. units can gobble up Manchuria. They gobble up the Money Islands. If you can deprive the USA of land units, you can go ahead and kill off your planes. Just make sure they can't mobilize around Asia.
Right. Yeah, your U.S. guy that's sitting in Conway is going to die, and so is that Russian dude. And I know why you left him there.
Yeah, I figured I don't want to have to trade Xinjiang.
He's got
And it might
fighters
work.
in the east,
I'm just saying,
so
I know
France
why
is
you left him
safer.
there, and it still might work. Sorry, Frisky, what were you saying?
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm putting enough down. That would give me 8 infantry, 7 tanks, and an anti-air, which equals his... Yeah, I'd have an advantage in that battle, so if he is attacking, he's doing it at a disadvantage. Then I can hold on to Poland with 6 infantry, anti-air, and 2 fighter stack. That should be enough, right?
It is.
Because he'd be able to bring... He's got all his tanks there. I mean, he could just suicide his tanks and be like, now I'm going to try and take some German air. I think at best he's probably got like a 50-50 there. So I think I hold. I'm losing infantry, he's losing valuable pieces in that case. And he's got an anti-air in his way, so he might not even have any airplanes in the attack. So I'm going to do that.
That move would sort of spark of desperation, and I don't think they're desperate right now. Actually, Russia's the most powerful ally.
So
All right,
I'm
Dolphin,
going
you're
to
gonna-
dub that a fairly clean Germany 2.
Dolphin, you're gonna be
Oh,
really mad at me, but I am gonna delay the fleet one more turn.
Oh, really?
Just
Oh,
because
no.
Hold on. Wait
I
a second.
No,
Wait a
no,
second.
no.
He's like, before you commit, let me try and convince you that you should actually buy a
Okay.
fleet after all.
Because I can't
I'm-
drop
I'm-
any units off anywhere, and there's a giant battleship right there.
There's a cruiser and a destroyer that can join you in Sea Zone 7. The battleship can't get there.
I'm gonna use the cruiser on the battleship. I'm gonna take that coin flip.
So he's going to go
He's got 2
cruiser,
units in
bomber,
Gibraltar.
high risk, and go for it.
You can't
Yeah,
get through
he's
there.
got-
How you going to get through there?
I'm going to season 14.
Yeah, he's got to take the cruiser and his bomber and try and hit 14.
Yeah, because he's got two infantry on Gibraltar. If I can kill the transport, they're stranded.
That's true.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on.
So-
We own both sides of the Straits of Gibraltar. You can't send a cruiser through there.
He can absolutely.
Yeah, it's not a canal.
I don't know if you've ever seen Gibraltar, but it's
No, I have. I've actually been there.
okay.
If
But
you look at,
I
if
know
you
it's
look
I
at
know it's a
Suez-
wide body, but I'm just saying that I thought in the rules that
if
was
you look at
considered.
Suez,
negative.
there's a white line. There's a white line indicating that it's a canal. And the
There's
same with
only 2
Panama.
spots where you have to own both sides, and that's the Panama Canal and the Suez Canal.
Oh, that changes the way I play now.
Thought you were gold, man.
Yeah, well,
No,
in the,
wait,
on the,
no,
bo-
do season.
I think in the board
season
game,
10.
in the board game, I think it actually is. You have to own both sides.
Wait. Do season 10. Go to season 10 with your transport. Don't
'Cause
attack
if you're
Northwest
dropping
Europe.
a fleet, then 8 is not the place to drop it.
Yeah, you need to drop it on 7.
Because
Yeah,
if
you
put
move
it
to
on
season
8,
10
I
with the
can-
transport.
Then I can take all my fighters there.
Yeah.
You
And
guys
if
and all
he
your
fails in
unwritten
his
rules.
risky fight against the battleship, then you're just definitely killed.
All right, and then do you want my fighters to stay in West Russia?
Yes.
It's a good
Yes.
question.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
boss around your teammate. You just let him put his fighters wherever he wants them.
Yeah, just keep him in West Russia. Yeah.
Okay. And finally, do you want my sub to join your 45 Australian fleet? Or would you rather me go northish? Get those 62 transports.
The
No,
sub,
you always want to keep
the
your
sub
sub
can
in the
join.
Pacific.
yeah, the sub can go to 45. The
would
the
you
rest of the
prefer?
fleet goes to Brazil.
Or would you prefer to sub to 53, which stops
Yeah,
transport from
53.
Alaska?
53 is a good too.
I mean, I doubt
E-
he'll go to
either-
Alaska, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah, either one is good. It doesn't matter to me.
Oh no, I'm not getting Alaska. Don't worry about that.
Trade Borneo. Trade Burma. I meant to say.
Ooh.
All right.
Wait, now hold on, Jake. Would you normally make that move, or is it just on the suggestion of Kent?
It depends, but because right now I'm so worried about you just
did you
smashing
build?
India.
Yeah, it's
you got planes.
it's more efficient to trade.
Okay. All right. I guess that's it
Yeah.
then. We shall see. Okay.
I always tell
A
myself
swift
that an
and
infantry is
brutal
twice as good as
education.
on defense, so all you got to do is just stay on defense, and it's like over trading with Russia. If you know that you're going to get attacked there, I prefer to hold on to the infantry and not trade Burma, but I guess that's just me.
Yeah, like that. That was mean.
I think Kent's right, technically speaking. That is actually more efficient to take it if you take it.
I mean, even if I kill the unit.
No,
No.
but see, you're more likely to kill the unit with.
Oh, listen to
With a
Dolphin.
plane.
He always knows.
I mean, you're more likely to kill the unit with the plane than to kill it on defense.
Wait, did I just keep that?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, did you just lose another India infantry?
Sure
Yeah,
did.
so you gotta move from Transjordan. Go back from Transjordan. At least send like
I'll send the
All of
tanks.
them?
Send 2 infantry. No, you don't have. Okay, let's say you don't have to send the artillery. Don't send the artillery back.
He can move whatever he
Send
wants
2
to.
infantry back. 2 infantry to 2 infantry to Persia, and yeah, something like that.
What he's trying to
Then-
do
then-
is keep Egypt dead zone, because if Germany's able to
Yeah.
just move 4 units forward and doesn't take a loss, you want to be able to kill 4 units. So he's saying leave the infantry artillery back. You have an infantry tank already there, so you'd be able to bring 4 ground units plus the extra tank you've got on Persia, could double back,
Yeah,
and then the 2 fighters on India are able to reach that in the same turn. And India is not going to be at any risk of being captured next turn unless Japan's just making unusual decisions.
Which I'm prone to do, by the way, just for the record.
It's okay to be bad.
feel like
I
I'm
can
getting
bring I can bring
an
19
advanced
ground
degree
I can bring
education.
19 ground units to India. And I'm not counting planes and battleships and cruisers yet.
We're
Better
talking about next
put a
turn.
Yeah, I can set them up.
That's pretty
And I've
good.
got no pressure from the US at all.
Well, that's kind of a bold statement. I think you do have some pressure from the U.S. It's just not really good pressure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, yeah.
There's
He's just
no
he's just-
transports.
He's
it's
no,
just-
he's pissing
We
on
have
my leg.
9
That's all he's doing.
planes there.
I mean, you do have to stop and wonder, where are all those planes going?
So here's the pit. This is the pivotal moment. I got 2 here, 3, 4.
I'll be right back.
But I've got 2, 4, 10, 11, and then 8 more. It's 19 ground units. I can send this one guy here. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. That's 21. Plus, I believe, 7 planes, right? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Against 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Plus 3 more. So it's 25. It's 28 against 25. That's the maximum he could. Well, he's got tanks too.
He's got tanks, and don't forget the 3 U.S.
Wow.
fighters that are going to be there, and the 2 Russian
Right.
fighters that will be free to come forward.
Yeah, he did enough to defend India, which is fine. 'Cause I didn't
Yeah.
really, I didn't really want to go for it. Okay, then fine. All right. We're gonna need a complex, but I don't think we need it quite yet. So we're just gonna continue
With your
pumping
current
guys
money, I
off.
think you just pump out 8 ground units.
Yeah.
Save if you got it, and just drop a
So
complex
we're gonna have
next
we're gonna have an extra infantry, so we only need 3 infantry.
turn. Do you have 4 transports in range right now? Oh, you've already pulled the guys off the Philippines. Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you build 2 infantry light, you'll still be able to load all your transports and optimize that and just get your complex this turn. You could drop it on Manchuria or Indochina.
Yeah, but I have this thing about just sending all infantry.
You don't
Because
like it?
Japan.
Even
I
when
don't
you
think
have
it's
6
efficient.
fighters supporting?
Yeah, even then. Actually, I mean, I actually like tanks here and there for their flexibility.
Well, be that way, fine.
So I'm not going to buy a ton of them, but I think I'm going to buy 1.
Just don't be that person who builds 2 industries and then just 6 tanks, 6 tanks, 6 tanks, 6 tanks. It's not a winning strategy.
I'm not quite there for the complex yet. This can be next turn, and it'll be in Manchuria. Be in
I feel ya.
Manchuria.
Well, don't tell them that. It's just between you and me.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Put on Burma.
No, it's funny because if I do go, say, all infantry, I could build a bomber or a fighter. What do you think about that? Maybe bomber.
You're the one playing Japan, man. I think fighters
No,
and
I know,
bombers are
but
good.
I'm just
I
trying
think
to be as
tanks
efficient.
are
I'm
more
asking you.
cost-effective.
I'm asking
Tanks
for
are more
your
cost
opinion.
effective for the attack power. So if all you're doing is trying to get more attacking pieces and help you put more pressure on Russia, tanks are going to be the better buy. Fighters are really good if just in general, and I like massing a lot of fighters, especially if Germany's starting to look like they're getting in trouble later. They're really good support for all infantry. That you have infantry and fighters, then you're losing the least if there's hard resistance in your way. But it's looking like Russia has no intent of trading with you, so I think getting more tanks probably makes a little bit more sense in this situation.
Well, they have no intent in trading with you quite yet, but I'm thinking.
Russia's playing super aggressive on the Eastern Front for Germany.
Well, I could help you there with some strategic bombing campaigns as well. So I'm thinking that. I mean, they have multi-uses. They've got distance. They can strap bomb. They attack at
He's
a
nowhere
4.
near enough income so that he's maxing out his production. Russia's going to have to hit 36 before strategic bombing makes any sense. Or they're on their last territory. Once I've stacked Caucasus, then okay, yeah, sure, strategic bombing then to Stone Age, but until I've got a good line on Caucasus, I don't think that's worth it. So probably like round 4 is when we'd start that.
Such confidence. Once I stack Caucasus.
You make that sound like that's not like standard development. Germany's going to get there. Now they're never going to be able to take Moscow, but Caucasus is a very reasonable ask.
Oh, India, you were there for a second. Oh boy. I was smelling the lovely sweet scent of your aroma. But it wasn't
saffron.
Yeah.
Vice must flow.
I am going to kill you because I don't like you.
Wow. Wow, that's really intense, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about, like, not killing him?
No, he's always been on my mind. As Willie Nelson used to say back in the day. Now look at Alaska. It's so open. Oh my god.
But he could still take a tank and a buoy.
Oh no,
and he's
it's
got
not
his
that open.
submarine that would knock your transport right out if you did go there.
Yeah, it's not that open. I see that sub, sneaky bastard.
You even heard us discussing it.
You know, what do you think about this?
He was literally
Sending
saying, let me move my sub here to prevent him from taking Alaska next turn.
No, I actually did hear him say that too. But the auditory and the visuals are two different things.
You got multiple input feeds, but only one output.
How can I help out in Africa? I think I can.
Africa, I would say just keep funneling units, and this turn end with at least one transport in 36, and you'll be able to just blitz right over and start, nibbling on Italian East Africa, etc., etc. I'm definitely taking Egypt. I'm going to take it light, though.
What? Who? What? Take what?
I'm taking Egypt. If you
right.
end this turn with one or maybe two transports on C-Zone 36 off of French Indochina,
yes,
then
I'm thinking, but you don't know Kent. He's got 3 fighters that he has no problem suiciding if the situation would arise.
This guy's risk profile is just absurd. There's like 10% chance? Yeah, let's go for it.
Well, because he knows he doesn't need him in Indian anymore, so that makes it even doubly perilous for me.
I think, just setting like your 2 that are on 62 right now, you take them back to 36. Next turn they'd pivot to 62. Then next turn they pivot back to 36. Eventually you're going to want to be on 6 transports anyway, because from 36 you also can take West Australia. So you don't necessarily have to go for Africa next turn, but I think you should leave yourself the option of going for either picking up some African territories or improving your income and zoning out UK.
Well,
I think
Dolphin,
I
you see
agree.
how well our enemies are communicating? I feel like we need to communicate a little better because
Do you need us
Yeah,
to shut
sorry,
up
I'm
for a
not.
minute so you can have some me time?
I'm actually. I don't think that really. I think you have Africa under control right now, actually, unless you feel as though you don't.
Well, you know that
I mean,
immediately
you are going
once
to
your
lose.
turn is over, I'm very likely
You are
going to
going
lose
to
my
lose.
transport. What you see is what you get. UK currently has enough to handle that, and there's no immediate pressure on India to keep them from just
I agree.
continuing to handle
30
that.
I agree. It's worth bringing some
So
down.
I can either
in
settle for
season
the
36.
status quo or keep trying to trade Egypt, which will eventually wear me down and I won't have anything left in Africa. So
Agreed. Okay.
but it's up to you
Okay.
whether or not you want to help me.
I
But
got you
it's
back, man.
okay. If you don't want to,
So-
that's fine. I'll just die.
I'm thinking here we want at least 4 planes here, which we will get. So these guys here. This guy, 1, 2.
For the sake of other people here, when you say this guy, can you like be more specific with territories?
Oh,
and
sorry.
such?
I was looking at the fighter in. That's right. The fighter in C Zone 61. Thinking, is there anything I could really do with him? I mean, I have no problem putting the entirety of the fleet actually in C Zone 36. My transports are completely 100% safe.
That's what he wants you to think. There is a UK bomber on Russia.
Oh, there is. Okay, hang on. Let's check that out again. I'm going to own these provinces, so that's not. He has to get me through the middle.
Since he
Anyway,
doesn't
1,
currently
2,
hold
3.
Burma, since he wasn't successful in
6.
taking Burma, that means 61's still safe for now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Correct.
His carrier is also in range. I think it would not be below him to suicide his U.S. carrier, drop it in 48, and just use that as a stepping stone to kill 60 or 61 with 2 fighters. Just to put Japan back a turn by killing a couple transports.
I could stop that by putting a destroyer in C Zone 49. Actually, no, he could. I think it's still a glitch. He could attack and suicide the fighter that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
it's
an
like
exploit.
he
I
could
think
take
that's
the
an
sub
exploit
and
in the
the
game.
no, it's not an exploit. He'd take the sub and the destroyer against 49, knowing that he's going to be taking a carrier to 48 during non-combat move, and then regardless of what happens in 49, if he loses, well, I guess he just can't take the carrier and the fighters have to splash. But the plan, if everything goes according to plan, he does have a landing space for his fighters.
Correct.
In theory.
I mean,
Oh
I've
no,
seen
in
carriers go
practicality.
RFP
It
by
might be a
itself several
shitty
times.
plan, but it's a plan, and the game respects that. There's no
Yeah,
such
so I
thing
have
as a
to-
bad idea in the terms of the AI and the computer.
I have to protect.
Oh,
C
that's
Zone
true.
61 as well, but we can do all. We can protect them all. So let's just go with that. We'll move everything else on non-combat. 3
Just depends
against
on
1
where you
should
want
win
your
this.
transports to end.
I want my transports to end up in C Zone 61 and 36.
Yeah, 61's a real good spot. 36 I think is good.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're going China, taking to
this surprises-
62 isn't really a bad thing either.
Right. Yeah. If there was more.
It just gives you the 61 just gives you the option to pivot to India and forces UK to stay honest.
Yeah, and this is the first game that I've actually played custom or ranked this entire season where there has been not a KJF done on me. So I'm almost like, what do I do? What do I do?
What do I do with all this freedom, man?
You know, but what? I don't know how to play.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Okay, so I guess we'll go with that. I don't think I'm missing anything. Maybe we should win all those battles. Here we go.
Onway,
Onway first.
Super Soldier.
I got a tank with him. Ah! Take that. Ah.
Ah.
Your
Oh, well.
dreams of...
It was a very ambiguous It could have gone either way.
These I hope I get these good hits. You bastard! Whittling
Okay,
me
at
down.
least this Russian didn't go to waste.
Right. We're gonna keep the sub actually here now. Oh, make sure we have our defense profile set to subs not to submerge, I'm thinking. Ooh. Yeah, we had a bunch submerge. Bad idea. Ooh. I can't do it here. Okay, so we want one destroyer here. And one cruiser here. Planes? It's the plane, boss. It's the plane.
Yeah, when I look at any of the games that
Wait
end
a
up in the
second, what?
showcase stuff, it's like, how do they have so many map notes? There's like 38 map notes. Every territory's got notes on it. What are these people saying to each other?
Wait, what the hell is Make it a little harder for him to take it if he wants to trade it next time.
I'm curious to see if Russia's just going to continue this frantic all-out offensive, or if they're going to stack West Russia.
Good point.
I feel like so much of this game rides on this cruiser versus battleship,
I disagree.
Yeah, kind of.
including the West Russia decision.
I guess if the cruiser and battleship stay
let's
alive,
make this a little.
then I
let's make
can
this a
actually
little-
stack Egypt.
Can say let's make this a little less attractive for him because there is the possibility that he could go after German air there.
I don't think that's a winning battle for him. I can run the calc right now.
Well, it's not a winning battle, but
I guess, I mean, anything that pulls German pieces off the board is a win. If you're following that logic, then
no, just German fighters.
it's going to be... He's got 6 infantry to cleave through and an anti-air gun that's taken off first. So if I run the calc, that's 25-75 my favor.
Okay, well, I was just trying to be helpful, man.
I'm just telling you, if you drop a bomber in that fight on defense, now it's 84-15. So the bomber actually helps our odds by about 10%.
Put him there.
Notice how I said our odds, trying to do some team building exercising here.
Not necessary. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to do it the other way around. Oh. Do I want to put 4 infantry on Burma? Or sorry, a total of 6 ground units on Burma?
He can take him at profit. Why bother? He's got 2 fighters in range that have literally nothing else to do but sit there and be pretty. So I would say,
That's not a profit for him. That's a 50-50.
well, whatever you put in Burma, he's going to take equal number of infantry and shitloads of planes. Because he's going to have the 2 fighters that are easy range plus the bomber that's sitting on UK. Those will make it no problem. So if you have only 6 units, he'd probably take 4 or 5 ground and the fighters and make it a pretty even fight, trade you down, and only lose infantry. So I
Where do
feel
we want these? Do we want these guys in French Indochina then, or French Indo-Thailand?
I think French Indo-Thailand. You want to be able to pick them up with the transports again if it's good.
Dude, there is something seriously wrong with you, dog.
That's probably true.
No, I'm talking to my dog. My actual dog.
He's got a
I'm
lot to
surprised I
say.
couldn't get both fighters.
Now you could drop 6 on Burma if you wanted to also reinforce with your fighters. I don't know what you're gonna plan on doing with them right now. That still puts you in range to land on West Russia if your fighters are on Burma. So you could just drop Burma real heavy right now.
Yeah, see. I mean,
Because he's got infantry,
Seven,
but he didn't buy any artillery,
7.
so that puts him at 9 infantry, 2 fighters, 1 bomber. And he
think I
could
like that
take
better.
1 tank, so I'm just running the calc real quick right now, just to see.
I still think the numbers are in our favor.
You could have 1,
Make
1,
a
2, 3,
decision.
4, 2s, and then how many fighters you gonna put there? 3?
2,
Just 2?
3, 3. Hold on, hang on. I gotta
What do you mean,
redo
hang
the
on?
move now because
Hang on so you can do the calculator. Blitz, baby.
I got
If you drop 3 fighters, he's got 95% chance to clear, even with 5 2s blocking. So
really.
don't do it. The fact that he's
Oh.
got 9 infantry right there blocking for his tank, his 2 fighters, and his bomber, he's just got so many more hit points.
Why are the transports so hard to deal with in this freaking game?
I thought you were good with Japan. I thought you liked Japan.
I am, but I'm well. First of all, I'm having a couple of drinks, so that's not helpful.
Alcohol affects the motor coordination.
Okay, I like this better, slightly. We wanted to move this up, right? Yeah, we want to put him there. Okay. Oh man. I just have been playing against the KJF all season long. That it's like muscle memory. I have to get back into what I need to do when I don't have to do that, and it's not coming to me immediately. I'm having to think.
I think it's in your better interest to pick up an extra transport sometime soon. I would have said this turn, but next turn works.
Yeah, once we take care of Kent's once he dumps off his fighters, he'll go running away again. That's fine.
Because I'm curious where those fighters are bound, and I was thinking that peeling 1 or 2 transports off to just go ahead and grab Australia early might be a good idea.
If it's there, it's going to be there. Definitely, the money's there. Got it all. But I still want to concentrate the massive push west into Russia. You need as much. You're gonna. I mean, the fact that he didn't build a fleet the first turn, which
decision. Please make a decision.
Because it's round
I
2,
am.
and it's been a couple hours.
I'm sorry. I'm not taking the longest here, am I? All right, we're
By
good.
far.
I'm not running a chess clock, but
I actually shouldn't have built this many units. I should have built more aircraft because now I can't even. If my intended uses comes to fruition, they're not going to have enough transports. There's going to be more guys than transports to deal with this. Should have thought about that. So I guess the plane was instinctually a good buy.
there you go. By the end of round 4, I want you to have 12 planes. Make it happen.
Okay, let's see. Trying to get transports.
I think we got to wake them up. Hey, by the way, it's United States' turn now. It's okay. You can
Yeah,
wait.
I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry.
Put everybody asleep there.
Okay, I'm eyeballing this to transport 6 infantry.
It's a lot of infantry.
What do you mean you're eyeballing it?
So I got 20% chance to just straight up kill both your things and not even
Yeah.
lose my battleship.
That would be
Yeah.
so wonderful.
Your
All
odds
right.
really aren't great here. And I got another
Okay.
20% chance that I kill both your things and I get to keep my transport. Then I got another 10% chance that I lose my
Trust me,
battleship.
Kent knows the odds.
He's a man who loves a coin
Uh,
flip. The only reason I
human
took 2
calculator.
infantry to Gibraltar is because if I only took 1 and your defending fighter got a hit, then I wouldn't capture the territory, and then UK could come in and kill the battleship and land on Gibraltar.
Yep.
And they would actually have odds, unlike you. But that's okay. No hard feelings. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I think I will sack a transport to take
Ooh,
Norway.
Wait, what
This
are
is something.
you've got odds on the battleship? The cruiser and the bomber? What are the odds on that? I'm without calculating.
He's
I would
probably
think-
got like 60%.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say greater than 50%.
It's like 50 to 60%. But I don't know how many times you tried a 60% battle and lost, but it should be about 40%
plenty.
of the time, which is
Yeah, but
it's close enough to
but we
half
need it.
that
We gotta
anecdotal
have
evidence says that's not a good fight to take.
Yeah, you're not picking the girl of your dreams as a wife that on those odds.
Yeah, if I told you you had a 60% chance of dying on your way to work tomorrow, would you still go?
No,
Or would you say, I like
Well-
those odds, let's try it?
it'd be pretty hard though. I actually work from home, so unless
Falling down
Maybe
the
a safer
stairs.
example is 60% chance of rain. Would you bring an umbrella?
yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Get one.
Oh, phew.
Oh my God!
Yes!
I'm not
Got
seeing
it!
the dice in progress. Did I miss 3 in a row or something?
That was epic.
I missed everything.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
I couldn't even
Wow.
hit the cruiser.
I forgot I'm recording. I forgot I'm recording this on YouTube too, so we actually caught that on YouTube. That's cool.
All right.
That was a good
Yeah,
battle.
cruiser's
Well,
gonna-
what
the
do you
cruiser's
mean
gonna
that's a
pick
good
it up
battle? I
again.
didn't hit a single
Well,
thing.
for him, I mean, it was a good battle for him. He's got
The
to be thrilled.
battleship literally never hit anything.
I know. That what are the odds on that?
Oh, I guess I'm going to work today.
You got some gold at work?
Going to work.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I missed your
We
audio's
did not die on our way
little
to
low,
work.
Jake.
We survived.
So that's
our
like a
60%
top
chance to get to
15%
work.
result, something along those lines. Because me not hitting anything for one round at least is 1/3. Plus him getting both.
No, that was like crazy odds where you send the battleship after the destroyer in season 17 for German 1. Like how often do you lose that battle? Like that was crazy. The battleship doesn't miss 3 times. That's extremely rare.
But it did.
I know.
And we needed it. So, it's not like we wanted to take the shit.
I'm glad that you guys feel that you need so many handicaps against me.
Don't worry, I'm coming. That makes this season 36 move a little bit more important now because we could force some of his air off of the defense of Russia.
What I want to see is Russia just stacks Ukraine and leaves all the UK and US fighters alone in West Russia as just a fuck you to the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can all agree though that fighters in France are not really a good idea at this point anymore.
No, they had to land there because they took Gibraltar.
Oh, that's right.
And then the bomber's limiting his transport mobility, that he's got to
No.
keep some kind of escort around.
I got it. I love sniping that C-Zone 10 with the bomber move. That's epic. Only because it's happened to me so many goddamn times, it's not even funny.
I'd like to just start building a fighter every turn. That'd be fun. Say this is what you get for not building a single escort ship as US and taking your entire rest of the fleet down to Australia for vacation.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Oh, you sacked the transport, Kent?
Yeah, he's sacking it. He doesn't want it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, okay.
He
We'll take
says,
it then.
Norway, worth it.
We'll find a home. We'll find a home for it.
Taking 2 income away from Germany, that's definitely worth the 7 IPC transport that I'm going to have to take.
Actually, there is some tactical logic to it, but I don't like the move personally myself, and I know Kent didn't want to do it either. He kind of felt like he had to.
Because he could take it safely next turn, no problem. I told
Yeah,
you
he
he'd
wants
go
to
for
build.
that.
He wants to build a complex next turn, though.
Russia's building a complex? That would be...
No, the U.S. is building a complex.
So you're saying I should just take 7 tanks to Norway?
Yes.
Yeah, do that. I like that move. Don't send any planes though, because the tanks It would hurt their pride.
Don't forget the airborne divisions.
The tanks are definitely adequate for the job.
You know, there was a version of Axis and Allies I remember as a young man where you could put an infantry in a bomber and you could paratroop.
Yeah, using
Yeah.
bombers to carry 1 infantry was an option.
Yeah, I always thought that was really neat.
That was in the that was in the special 1942 edition.
It was also you could toggle that in Iron Blitz as well.
Oh, you know, I think it was a tech
Iron
as well that
Blitz.
you could research.
I think every version, even 1942 first edition, had weapons development.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But then people are like, you
the
know,
heavy
being
bombers,
able to
if you
roll
remember
3
the heavy
dice with bombers
research,
is
it used to get 3 dice. Yep.
the original game. Bombers get 3 dice. They tried to nerf
was
it because it was so
unreal.
strong, and it's like, okay, now bombers only get 2 dice. It's like, dude, do you buy bombers? Have you played this game? Even 2 dice.
Yeah. Well, the game has gone over so many revisions over the years. They figured out what the weakness is, and that's what's great about this game is it's been so play tested, right? That it's.
This version.
I mean,
is
for as much as we all want to bitch and complain sometimes when the dice don't go our way, the game is, as war games go, is a fairly balanced war game.
There is one change I would make to the starting setup, and that is the UK 39 fleet that starts. I would move the sub 1 hex over to 40 to New Zealand just to stop the C-Zone 37s.
No, the season. I mean, I think
That's
one of the
a really
things
high-risk
that makes this
allied starter, though.
shine is that it's a fit. They present you with options like that. I mean, Ukraine is Ukraine is a 50-50. The fact that it goes mostly in the favor of Russia.
It's like 80%.
Ukraine
It
is
is?
very Russian favored, yeah. It's a
It's
battle that
80%.
Russia should win, but it's got a high enough risk that it can't rely on winning it.
Right. I think I honestly I don't. I mean, although it may be that from math standpoint, from an actual anecdotal point of view, I think that Russia doesn't do well in Ukraine at least 35-40% of the time.
Well, because it's all your precious good units. So, you know, you start losing those tanks, and I was like, those are the only tanks you have, and it hurts so bad.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess that's what I mean when I say that. I mean, I'm not saying that like in the literal sense, like C-Zone 37. C-Zone 37 is a coin flip. And when I say coin
No,
flip
it's
into
not.
Ukraine,
It's 70%.
That-
Zone
that's
37 is 70% for UK.
it's 70% to clear and lose everything, but you got something
Yeah.
like 50 to 60% odds to have some surviving ships. So Caesar 37, you got good odds, but 1 out of 5 games you're going to lose that fight, and Japan's still got a battleship.
well, I've been C-Zone 37 4 times this year, and I've come out ahead on all of them. So
I've done C-Zone 37 and not taken a single hit, or not inflicted a single hit, and then just got completely stomped as UK. Lost every single piece.
it's so devastating.
It's a fight that I generally prefer not to take just because I don't like throwing away all of the UK units, giving Germany a better position, not even going to contest Africa.
It's so pivotal and so volatile for an opening turn. I
Yeah.
just think that starting UK sub should be in 40.
The
Oh,
dice on the first turn are so much more significant.
C-Zone 37 convincingly, if they win that convincingly, it's over. I mean, that's a real KJF. Because
And that shouldn't be possible in tournament, really.
right, it's over for Japan. If Japan loses C-Zone 37 convincingly, it's over for
I mean,
Japan.
Russia uses Ukraine. It sucks, but you can recover.
Yes, agreed.
This is where I'm depressed about the fighter positioning because I can't stack Archangel.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, the J fighter positioning is like one of the key, most crucial parts of Axis openings, in my opinion.
Are you talking about me putting the bomber in Karelia?
No, I mean talking about the fighters, they need to be in like Yunnan or Kwantung.
Yeah.
Yunnan or Kwantung. That's pretty
Hop over
critical.
to Ukraine.
Yeah, the problem is they can't be in both places at once, and the way that we want to approach this is something down south rather than helping out Germany.
Okay.
We're gonna help out Germany in a different way.
Are
Okay.
you know?
All right, Dolphin, we need to start prepping my turn now because
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to do here.
Okay. Let's
The
see.
West Russia situation, I think you can hold it. I honestly think you can hold
Yeah.
it. Definitely.
Right now, he definitely can.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I went for that
Did he
right
say
now right this
did he
moment,
say
it's
the word
suicide.
indefinitely?
Yeah, which it means indefinitely
No.
means forever until we change our mind. That's what the definition.
Well, actually, that's
Germany
true. I
did
mean,
lose
there's
3
gonna
tanks, so there is
there's
that.
and there's gonna come a point where we're gonna have to abandon Karelia. So, I mean, they've got the boats in the water. They just got to arrange them logistically correctly, and then game on, right? Killing that battleship was a bitch.
Yeah, and
One
the
more
cruiser's
drop.
not done.
We
The
just
cruiser's
needed
gonna be
one
the
more
one.
drop.
It would have been nice.
What did you-
You could just stick with that.
I'll be right back, guys. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, Dolphin, I mean, you started the Finland, the Northern Shuck. I'm not
Yeah.
a huge fan of that. I like to blast France and make them trade
Okay.
that.
Yeah, we can do both. Like, kind of do both, but you don't want to
little-
trade too
little
inefficiently with
hybrid.
Germany either. Yeah, a
Yeah.
little hybrid, but you don't want to trade too inefficiently with Germany. But you do want to trade inefficiently. That's true.
But a little bit we do. A little bit we do
Yeah.
because that buys Russia time.
Yeah, absolutely. Just generally is the Allied units are worth less than German units in a KGF, much less.
So now I have an India decision to make as well. An Egypt decision, I should say.
Okay. Let's see. So
I
I
might-
think
I might just let them take Africa and then we just drop some U.S.
no.
transports
I
on her
think
later.
what you can do is buy a destroyer in India, block it, block the approach to Africa by 1 turn, and
Yeah, I like that idea.
that's plenty worth it. Just a destroyer for 1 turn.
Do I stay? I can stay in France. Now I got another critical decision because your fleets are still a little bit spread out and you still really don't have that many fighters or escort ships, and it looks like you really want to fan out. So I think I think I do this.
Yeah, do that. Do that. So my thought is we dump everything. Well, I'll let them hit end turn before I say this.
Yeah, you're going to want to dump everything in France, but that's not. I don't think that's a good move.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Okay,
So
good.
thank you very much for trying to read my mind. We're going to dump everything into Sea Zone 8 because we got
Okay.
that cruiser that can get there,
Yeah.
the battleship destroyer, and then basically you have a free unlimited pipeline to France and Northwestern, and then the hybrid stuff, we'll have to work that out later.
I don't like the idea of.
Tell me why. Because I want to buy
Yeah.
transports, and I don't want them sitting in 7
Mhm.
where they're not doing anything.
I mean, transports sitting in 7 are just as good as 8, basically, because even better than 8 because they can even hit Season 4.
I just feel like if we lock down 8, we have that forever, and there's nothing that could dislodge us from 8.
That's not really how seasons work, I think.
Why do you say
Because no, because seasons are not like some kind of territory. You just have to move around. Season 8 is like one of the worst positions because you cannot hit Season 4. And that inability to hit Season 4 and kind of
I would
potentially.
never go 4 is
Yeah,
way
you generally don't want to go 4, but at least the potential to go 4 and then
but we could set
potentially
that up.
hit.
We could set that up in a special circumstance if we needed to.
Yeah, but
All right, well, tell me what you're thinking. 'Cause I'm
so
about to make a purchase.
yeah, I think you need to you kind of want to take Finland, but you kind of want to take France as well, I guess. I'm not sure.
How about this? How about we just take Sea Zone 8 for a ton? Because your cruiser has nowhere to go anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
on next turn, we can make a decision.
Okay, sure.
6, 10, 2.
I mean,
Would
you
you
don't have to dump
suicide?
your
UK's only got
you
one
don't have to dump
transport.
your
US
Canadian
is
units
2,
yet.
3.
If you want to hold your transports back, you can.
Because you lost a transport. So we'll just stick with that then. And keep these here.
So then, India.
Mhm.
How many fighters do I need? 'Cause I don't want to pull my fighters out.
What did we do?
We lost the game.
So-
You're welcome.
It's okay.
Okay, so get a destroyer, yeah, and then at least two land in India, and
And
you want
I
to
want to transport
get transport, yeah,
and more land units.
yeah.
Or do
You
I want
can
another destroyer?
maybe you can get another transport because you still have land sitting in UK, right? So you don't really need land units on London yet, so you can get a second transport here.
Okay. Okay.
And then artillery, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
And I'd say you put the artillery on India because India is lacking
Sure,
in
I can
offensive
get behind that.
capability. Yeah.
Now,
Okay, so
the question is Burma again. I mean, it's not going to fail twice, right? Actually, I have extra planes now, so it should be easier.
yeah, you can have extra planes. So
And then Egypt is worth trading, and possibly not sending my tank and blitzing my tank through on non-combat so that it can reach India next time.
yeah, good idea. You can use the bomber on Egypt.
You do
Yeah, I'm
that,
gonna
that
use the
leaves
bomber.
Anglo-Egypt empty.
Not necessarily. Just think, you think I should hold on to my artillery and transport them?
Sure. I mean, you probably should take two infantry to that battle. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And is it worth dumping a unit in Northwestern? I think yes.
Yeah, sure. If you're going to go to, hold on a second. Hold on a
Okay,
second.
I'm holding.
Ah, shoot.
Did you
Well,
take my
I
guys
have-
and you could?
Yeah, I did.
Fucker.
You left him a really easy
Unfortunately,
battle, and amazingly, you didn't hit a single thing on defense.
No surprise
unfortunately,
there.
yeah, unfortunately, Shaky. I'm sorry. I put a transport in Season 7, and there's a Japanese bomber in Karelia.
I see it.
Yeah, so you got to stay in Season 7, basically.
I think the U.S. transport can certainly just die. I really don't see why it's critical. Maybe if you hadn't deliberately sacrificed one last turn, this one wouldn't feel so necessary to keep alive.
Yeah,
All right, so let's cancel that.
yeah.
Ah,
Can't be
Let's
donating
see.
transports anymore.
Yeah,
What?
we can't be donating too many. But here's a thought. You could potentially take Morocco. Oh no, wait, never mind. Yeah,
Not
the
with
Japanese
Gibraltar.
transport. Yeah.
I should follow
Nope.
in your
I see you.
footsteps, take the
Land.
lone bomber against the carrier and destroyer, and just clear that whole fleet in Sea Zone 10, and not lose the bomber either. Just take everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll just send a couple fighters to Ukraine so the Russian tank can blitz it.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, I'm not doing
Are you
it.
talking to me, honey? What?
All right, well, I think that's going to be it then. Is there anything I'm missing?
Okay.
Let me see. Nope, I don't think so.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Big money, no whammies.
I think you lose a fighter here.
Yeah. Do it. Oh. Yes!
That means we
Finally.
can land fighters in Burma, so if you wanted to do an all-in on India, you could.
I don't know.
Okay, time to decide for the West Russian fighters.
Okay, let's see. He has. I mean, I have quite a few. I have quite a few units in West Russia, so I think you can try to make them more flexible. I think you can bring them down to India and stuff.
Right, split
No,
the
you don't
difference,
have that
one
much
and
there.
one.
Yeah, I don't. I guess we don't have that much, but he hasn't. He hasn't. You know, if you take off the fighters, I have the potential to stack Ukraine or something. Which I don't know if I want to do that, but I could.
Unfortunately, you're the one that's going to have to decide this because you are Russia.
Yeah, so I think you peel off the fighters. Peel them off to like the Middle East or wherever you want them. I think you can send one infantry to Transjordan. Kind of like a keep it dead zone nicely.
Sure.
Super nice. And yeah, I think send the fighters down to, I don't know, India or Transjordan, somewhere like that.
All right, what can come to India? He's got 2 transports, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 units.
Do the British have a
4,
bomber?
6, 7, 8 units.
They haven't
Yeah, the
lost
British have a bomber.
Where is it?
It is currently on Egypt, landing in Transjordan.
Ah. Last place I wanted to see it.
Why is that? I mean, you could literally just drop Transjordan and destroy his bomber and everything that's defending it, no problem. I
Well,
don't
there's
think he'd
that.
even be able to punish you for it.
I kind of want to stop the pre-talk chatter right now because I've got ideas. And I
You know
kind of
what?
want to
Okay.
win because
I'm gonna
I'm
dump
just
the fighter
competitive.
thing.
So you know what? I got. Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Dolphin?
No. Oh yeah,
no.
Kent was probably.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, UK bomber must land on Transjordan.
No,
Yeah,
you can go
I think.
other places.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think you can.
What do you think about
Wait,
this Persian tank?
Persian tank. Keep it in Persia, I guess. Hold on. I think you could send the fighters potentially to Transjordan. Well, maybe India is best because in
Yeah,
India you have
let's
the
not
reach
risk
to
it.
like.
Let's just not risk it.
Yeah,
And
you have to.
I think I might put this tank in here too.
Okay.
Does that bother
Sure.
you? Not being
No.
able to get to West Russia if we need it?
No, it's fine.
Okay, I think that's a turn. Oh, the sub. Silly sub.
I don't think UK tanks have any business being in West Russia on UK 3. I gotta kill these subs. They're pissing me off. I don't even like looking at them.
Well, you still have 2 destroyers, so I think you should have an easy time with it.
Yeah, I know, but they're just, I don't like them. And I know Kent. Not so much you, Jake, because I haven't played you before. But with Kent, he can be creative with them.
Well, especially depending on
Sneaky creative.
those aircraft carriers.
Exactly.
Okay, let's make a Mayfair. All right. It's Transport City. We have more
Much money I have to
transports than we have
spend.
units.
37. I think we're dropping a complex here. Actually, I think we're dropping a complex.
Modest.
And
I like how he stacked all that stuff on Transjordan, knowing that he was going to destroyer block you with India anyway.
Yeah, but you know what? It's maybe not about him. Maybe it's about Germany.
that's interesting. Nah.
Japan's turn.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
So my suggestion is,
Okay, I'll be right
I
back.
already got the industry.
okay,
I think I'm gonna build another transport too. I think actually.
transports are good,
industry.
man. Because if one transport's going to Australia, then having another one's going to help later. Might as well just risk a sub versus that destroyer, knock it out.
Well, I already. That's an automatic move.
I was hoping he wouldn't destroyer block and that he'd just stack everything on Transjordan. Because my hope was you take Anglo-Egypt, I clear out Egypt with fighters and just blitz the tank through in non-combat, and then I get all of Africa despite his best efforts.
Yeah, but unfortunately they saw that. So.
Nah, I think he's just destroyer blocking because he doesn't want Japan to take Egypt. I don't think they saw that at all.
I'm just trying to think.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, you think so? They didn't see that. I saw that.
I don't think they saw Germany getting the income. I think they were trying to keep Japan from getting the income.
Oh, yeah.
I
maybe.
mean, I guess we will have to just kill the tank with just raw air then.
Yep. I'm okay with that. If you want to take 3 fighters so that they can't defend India while we're in position to drop 10 infantry and 6 fighters on it, okay.
I mean, if you want to take 2 fighters against 2 infantry, go for it. Oh, and a bomber.
2 fighters, a bomber, an infantry, and an artillery. Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe
You've
fight.
got no.
Thanks, yeah.
You've got no.
Wait, infantry and artillery? What do you mean?
On Libya, I've still got those.
Oh,
They ain't dead yet.
I mean, this turn you gotta kill the Egypt.
He can hit you. I mean, even if I were to hit. Okay, first of all, that's a crazy move. I don't even know why I'm trying to explain why that's not a good move, but do I have to? Okay, so let's not. Okay, anyway.
I think I should probably keep trading Egypt for now, right? Because he's got 2 tanks that are just going to blitz through.
Exactly. So like
you
what I'm
have
saying,
to-
if I were to kill those 2 infantry and you blitz through, you still got 2 tanks and all his air or bombers that can hit you. So that doesn't make any sense.
Oh well.
Unfortunately, Germany is going to be
Poor
eventually
and
gone in North Africa. There's nothing we can really do to save that yet. But I am thinking about this. And I am thinking about this for now. This for now. We're gonna take our infantry from Soviet Far East.
Damn, because if your fighters were in a different position, you'd be able to just knock out both Russian fighters and blitz your tank through.
Yeah, exactly, but... Wait, what?
All of your fighters are in the
yeah,
water for some reason, which puts them out of range of any target that's actually worth hitting.
Right, I could have taken the tank up there and killed... Yeah, exactly. But they needed to be there for the... they had the U.S. fighter threat, suicide threat, so I had to protect them. Not a heck of a lot to be doing. I'm trying to decide if I should mini stack Kazakh to help alleviate some of the pressure so that you can get some guys forward. And I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. So I think we'll stage in Sinkang
Yeah,
and
I
get
think
our
it's going to
complex.
be one more turn before
Yeah.
I think you're able to move up.
Right, so we'll do that. Kill the destroyer. Gonna take one transport here with. Oh, let's see. We'll take an artillery with us. And an infantry. This. Take a destroyer to defend them and a battleship.
He's still got a carrier in range. He can take 2 fighters.
I don't need to take them though. I don't think. I think I'm good because I took an infantry and an artillery, and the battleship hit should be sufficient to take Eastern Australia and still land in New Zealand. Or I could pivot over and grab.
I'm just talking about he
Madagascar.
can suicide 2 or 3 fighters and take your battleship out because he took mine out under similar circumstances.
Wait, what? Where?
Off Western Australia, if you're going to be dropping a battleship there. Because there's a
Think
U.S.
you'd do
carrier in
that?
41 that can move to 39 and be a landing spot.
He's got a 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't see that. Good point. Yeah, it's gonna need a carrier there too. Thanks for catching that. I didn't see that. So I could still do there.
If
I
you
could go
had
1,
just
2,
a
3.
battleship, then he's got decent odds to clear that out.
Well, I was gonna send a destroyer with it, but yeah.
Battleship and a destroyer versus 2 fighters ain't that bad. I don't think his bomber's in range, but the UK could take a bomber 1, 2, 3, 4, still get there. Bomber plus sub has another run at it.
Right, but the aircraft carrier doesn't. You're right. I mean, it doesn't really have much to be doing at this point anyway. I don't know if I want to put my
I think
planes in
he'd
that.
suicide the 2 US fighters just to take the destroyer out, and then follow up with the UK bomber and sub against the
Yeah,
battleship.
so. But I do want
Just to
Western
be
Australia,
annoying.
so it's worth the aircraft carrier investment. And the 2 planes. What to do with this transport, though? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, let's continue the. I think we should continue the push into China or into Russia. I think that's
Yeah.
the right strategy.
Especially since Russia's kind of mounting a counteroffensive right now, I think the majority of transport should
Yeah.
be dumping troops into Buryatia.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
And then he's going to fall back
Okay.
because he's not
So
going
I'm
to
just
stay
looking-
there and die, so you should have another army coming up through Shenkang that you can kill those 3 infantry at profit.
Right. Actually, he's got 4, 5. I can put. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10. I could put 10 in C zone 35 with a transport, and go for the destroyer battleship defense of C zone 38. Think he'd follow up with the bomber? Can he reach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You think the 2 planes would take out? He'd get 2 hits. He'd kill 1 destroyer.
What do you put in where?
If I put the destroyer from C zone 36 and the battleship from C zone 36 and C zone 38 to accompany the transport,
Mhm.
You're saying he can hit you with 2 American fighters in C-Zone 38.
Correct.
You think those 2 American fighters will kill a destroyer and a battleship? You thinking they're going to get at least the destroyer? That's 2 hits.
I think it's highly unlikely, but I think you're playing against someone who loves rolling those odds. I think a battleship and a destroyer, honestly, is good enough.
So
would
I agree.
prefer to
So
keep the
then I think we
carrier
should put
elsewhere.
everything else in C-Zone 35. And then this way we can threaten North Africa and give you at least a chance at getting something in there.
I don't think I'm going to be getting any Africa income
Because
this
if-
game.
But if he wants to send, he can send 4. Well, actually, he could send his American planes too, or at least the bomber and the fighters. Hit what he could now, and follow up with the British later. So that's probably not a good move either. Yeah. Okay, we'll stick to the original plan. Sorry for taking so long. All right.
It's okay.
The burden of Japan. It's a complicated system.
On this. Looks like we did.
It's overkill.
Our sub. Just in case, we'll send it down here. Let's grab.
Here, I thought you were taking a battleship down.
Oh yeah. And a destroyer.
Just take the whole fleet then. I guess that is the whole fleet, actually.
Oh, it's just the Southern Fleet. These guys are already on the ground, so we're going to put these guys here.
Dropping a tank there also is going to encourage him not to leave that unoccupied, because you'll be able to just blitz.
Actually, I'm thinking about leaving the. Oh, he's got the 2 planes, so I have to. Yeah, plus I have to bring more.
He does have 2 planes, so you should have more there, or he's just going to kill you again. As hilarious as that is, it's not an ideal situation. So we're in a place where West Russia has no air support anymore.
One second. What just happened there? Jeez. It's from here. Actually, I could have taken this. Well, no, not really. Yeah, Russia will eat. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I should have checked to see if I could kill anything with this. Cannot. Why are these guys standing there like this? I don't understand. From C-Zone 61. Boom. Boom. There. Now, his bomber's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cannot reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cannot reach.
So are the Allied players just ticking like hundreds of map notes to each other?
Or, I don't know. Pretty
I
quiet,
think we're
though.
just more courteous, and when it's your turn, we can compete.
Oh, I see.
When we're
Please
I'm
give
sorry,
me
I'm
something
just-
to distract me.
I think it might be time to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Do we want this Japanese bomber? Do you want it anywhere in particular? Would you like it in Europe still? I think so. Maybe C-zone or sorry, France, perhaps.
France is okay. I think France
Alright.
would be interesting.
Okay.
Or actually,
I think.
you might be better off putting that in Germany. Because if he does just dump a bunch of stuff onto Northwest Europe,
Yeah.
I want to be able to do a stack pivot without sacrificing your
Yep.
bomber.
Good point. And he's still effective in Europe, or sorry, in Germany, just as he is in France. So yeah. Well, chances of them. I mean, they already know of the threat. The chances of them leaving C-zone 10 empty is slim to actually 0.
He might also just dump all his U.S. boys into Finland and say, "Come at me."
Okay. Think
No,
we're good here.
he
Think
can't do that.
We'll call that a turn. I believe my transports are safe here. He has no roving rogue bombers anywhere.
He's got the one in Caucasus, but other than that,
Can't hit. Okay. All right. Japan is becoming a monster, ladies and gentlemen.
it is now the United States' turn.
You're gonna have to deal with that.
Thank
Ken.
you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder.
Be right back. It's gonna smoke that nasty habit again. Right back.
Okay, so now that India is safe, you can send your American fighters back to West Russia if you desire.
Yeah, that's
If-
true.
If you want to do some crazy gambit on C Zone 38, there is a follow-up UK sub. So like if, say for example, you get it down to just a carrier, there is a good bit of value there.
No, I don't think so. I think I want
Yeah.
the carrier back in Morocco.
Okay. Then you should send your American fighters to help
Yeah.
your Russian.
Yeah, I think I may just. Yeah, you're right. I think I will send it to West Russia. So now I'm wondering if I should stack because
You
Kazakh.
can hold West Russia. Oh, Kazakh?
Yeah, I cannot. I don't think I can. No, I cannot. But it's starting to get pressure. It's starting to get some pressure there.
This is
Okay.
this is when you want those air against infantry conversations, right?
Okay. Let's see. So pretty simple turn, but okay. How about Ukraine? Let's see. We have 6 guys in Poland. If I make sure I take Belarusia
Yep.
and
Yep.
make
Then
sure I
you only
take
have
the-
to defend 8, 15, 16,
I-
17 from Karelia, which you can do
yeah,
with the Moscow reinforcements and the American fighters.
yeah. He has like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 planes and 6 guys. So that's 13 total.
Be a good time to have an AA gun.
13,
What a shame.
It's one of those
13.
things. A cumulative effect over time.
Yeah,
It's just an AA gun.
kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on West Russia. 4 plus 17 is 21. So 21 on West Russia. So if you have 6 planes there, then you have 6 planes. Planes. Yeah, I probably won't stack West Russia actually because
Really?
stack. I won't stack Ukraine. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Right.
I won't stack Ukraine because yeah, it's just 18 guys.
The thing is,
Yeah, I don't
if
have
you
enough.
had-
I don't have enough to. I don't have enough to split.
the units that take Ukraine in a counterattack will then be threatening Caucasus. That's probably
Yeah.
with some tank non-combat movement. That kind
Okay. So I feel like I'm buying so much infantry. 3 transports, 3 infantry. But yeah, I guess it makes sense because it's like something of a Mediterranean shut going here, and I still have leftovers.
Yeah, just be careful. There is a extra plane in Libya and in
Yeah, I
Southern
know,
Europe.
I know. So
They can
I'm
both
going to
reach
defend that pretty well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You
Mhm.
get 5 planes there.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm wondering if I should actually do that sort of planes on Kazakh thing. Hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna do
I
it,
mean,
go overkill. Send as many as you can.
yeah, I think I don't actually.
I mean, if you're not taking, if you're not
Nah,
stamping Ukraine,
actually not.
maybe the Russians
Actually not.
can. Maybe the
Because
Russians can.
I still have a fighter I can use. Yeah, I don't really need to do that.
Well, the fighter can't hit Kazakh and land in West Russia. The Russian fighter cannot hit Kazakh and land in West Russia.
Can't it? It can. They're in Ivanki.
Oh, it can. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Okay. What'd I miss?
Okay.
Everything.
Nothing so far.
You
Okay.
missed the first-
4.
Another 40
2,
minutes of
3. So
deliberation.
the shuck is real, folks.
He's going to try and take Gibraltar now. He's going to say, ha, I made you drop those 2 infantry there and they're completely useless. Until now, when he wants them on defense.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I don't see that in his future either.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just gonna leave him there to
bombardments.
I-
Bombardments.
I-
do the
I-
job.
eat out
I-
of cans until there's no more cans left.
I didn't really need to do the bombardment there. I don't know why I did that.
'Cause it's-
Yeah.
Because it's
There's
the
a
only
certain
use
power.
you're ever
I
going to get
will.
out of that cruiser this game.
Oh, really? Well, if you're gonna do the strategic bomb, you might as well just do the Kazakh guy.
You think so?
I mean, you get about the same
I mean,
value
it's
out
an
of it,
extra-
except
an
in the
extra
strategic bombing, I just shoot you
17%.
down on the first roll.
It's an extra 17% rate. So it's a 30% instead of a 33% instead of a 17%.
No,
So
I
you're
like those fighters. Those fighters are useful.
I'm
The
saying
bomber
if
is.
you strategic bombs are so risky.
I hate strategic bombing. Everybody knows
hate
who's
'em.
ever paid attention to anything I've ever said about the subject.
You're
Knows I
playing
fucking hate
against
it.
the luck man. It's going to get a
And-
6, I'm going to get a 6, and he's going to be the
And
one who
the thing
who
is-
benefits from that exchange.
Even if you get a 6, he still has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots.
Right.
Okay. So I'm wondering if I should save some transports.
I think you should sack all
Probably
of them.
should.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you do take Gibraltar. That takes 2 planes out of the counterattack equation.
That's
With the
an interesting thought.
With the bombardments.
You know you want
That's
to.
an
I know, of
interesting
course.
thought, but
You're committed to this idea of making those infantry useless for the rest of the game, and just letting me have Gibraltar is integral to that plan.
that's true.
What if I got 2 hits?
No.
Wouldn't that be really awkward?
The thing is,
You know,
you'd
so-
have to pull a second transport and use Canadian soldiers to do it because you still got to take Morocco.
Oh, Canada.
He's got 3 transports in range.
No, where I'm from in Canada, we would actually call that integral.
You put the emphasis
Nah,
on
it's
the other
fine.
syllable?
Because I assume
I don't. I don't. I don't really need the guys currently in.
So what do you call the kind of calculus that you do after differential calculus?
Integral to calculus?
Integral calculus?
I don't know. Oh, phew. Yes, 5.
I was expecting you to get a 6. What happened?
Wow, close enough. Close enough.
Okay. Gonna keep a destroyer on there.
Look, he gets to sit right next to me in Berlin like we're buddies. I don't like that.
Do not forget your C-Zone 7 transport.
Yeah, that's true.
Traffic.
Um,
Hey, should have just taken the London guys to take Gibraltar.
okay. See, 6 guys there.
It's interesting you're taking a southerly Mediterranean approach here.
He just wants
Curious
my shit
about
off
that.
of France.
Have you seen how many units are in France?
Because
Hmm.
going to Morocco is a good way to clear France.
Mhm. I'm wondering if I should send all these guys to Africa,
I don't
or
see why
just
not, because you could repivot afterwards. I mean, yes, it denies you Finland, but we can't really go to Finland anyway with just transports because of that Japanese bomber.
It also cost you a logistic spot too.
But
I mean,
from 13, we could go to say 6. Next turn, if we want to decide, we could dump everything into Norway, or it gives us open, northwest. If he pulls out of France, it gives us France. Or if
He
you're
doesn't want to go to
feeling-
6. You don't want to go from 13 to 6.
Well, not this turn, but maybe in the future we might. It gives us options.
Yeah.
I'll take 8 guys to Morocco. Yeah. And
Just march them north, and in 9 turns they'll be in Moscow.
okay. Yeah, that's another option. Anyway, yeah, here we go. Okay.
Don't forget the
forget
fighters,
the fighters.
Indian fighters, and your 44 sub, which you probably want to protect Alaska with. Excuse me.
Okay.
Careful with 10.
Mhm.
There is a German bomber.
Yeah, I know. So I'm leaving the destroyer there.
1 destroyer for all those transports.
This is
You
where
have a
that
cruiser
one
there.
cruiser surviving
No,
from
I wanna-
earlier
I wanna
means
take- I wanna
you
take
actually
my
have an
cruiser.
advantage in the naval battle.
I would
Otherwise,
like-
I'd clear that fleet away and to kill all your transports and just as a big middle
I
Yeah.
would
fleet,
like the option of moving my transport or moving my cruiser.
Yeah, but they don't have a Japanese bomber in France, so it's safe. If they had a Japanese bomber in France, I would have to be more careful. But right now, the German bomber can't hit, and then you can move the cruiser, and they don't have a
You're
Japanese
right,
bomber
you're
to
right,
follow
you're
up.
right. Turn order. I got confused.
Yeah, no worries.
That Japanese bomber is so frustrating.
Yeah, that's true. In our tourney game, me and Roche Warrior against Mats and Julius, I think they had 2 Japanese bombers in Berlin, and it was
They did.
such a pain. It was such a pain in the ass.
That game was it's so pissy still in my mind because of the amount of strategic bombing, insane luck they got.
Yeah.
I mean, it really turned
Yeah.
the game. I mean, it was actually unpleasant to play it after a point.
Did you guys
Just they just were not getting shot down, and they were just crushing us with strategic
Were you
bombers.
successful? Did you win?
No, we
No,
lost.
we lost. Well, we had a really bad first turn, so I don't blame
Yeah.
ourselves.
And if I'm not mistaken, in that game we did take our USA fighter and 2 infantry to try to attack.
Yeah, that's what I did, and that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
At
But I was with
Quantum,
you on it. It's not yours alone. I was with you on it. So
I mean,
it
30%
was four,
chance to
four
clear 5
fighters.
transports is still pretty tempting, don't you know? I could just
What's that?
take the U.S. Like, even if I lost all my planes, if I tack those transports and get them, U.S. is just
Season
out of the
7?
game for 3 turns in Season 13.
That's a fair point. Maybe I should have spread them out a little more.
Should have took Gibraltar.
I mean, just normally it's like
Maybe I should.
risk versus reward, and it's high risk at this point because the cruiser survived a couple turns ago. If he didn't, then that's like a shoe-in win for me. But because the cruiser survived, now it's high risk. But if that's super high reward. 5 transports, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you got to get through 6 units though first. I mean, what you don't hit.
Because I can bring 5, and I don't know what his defense profile looks like. Think he's pulling off carrier before fighter?
Probably, I would.
Cruiser before carrier?
No.
I'll leave it a mystery.
Because naval battles are where defense profiles matter the most.
Oh, absolutely. I am a recent victim of that. Did you get my
'Cause
correspondence?
He's just playing so loose with his fighters. I want to see where Russia ends their move.
Okay. But you got it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So he's stacking Ukraine then.
no, I'm just trading heavy.
Pretty heavy.
That's pretty heavy.
It's pretty heavy, not that heavy.
He's not heavy. He's my brother.
What do you think about Kazakh just sending the one guy in the one plane? Because you don't necessarily need the territory. It's just about killing the unit, right?
It's also about the 2 income.
If he doesn't
Yeah.
get it, if he doesn't get it, I'm building a complex there.
Well, the 2 income is going to be -1 income because both of those units are going to die the next Japanese turn. So
I like to
You
take
actually-
territories.
you actually save the income.
Yeah, I like to take territories. I know it's a little bit less efficient in terms of IPC, but I prefer to actually.
If you get a hit on defense, it's all worth it. If you don't, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but I feel like defense psychologically defense hits a lot, and it's like no, because if I take the territory, then I can have and the important thing is that I make sure he doesn't have the chance to stack. If he can stack,
Yeah.
then maybe I would consider it.
The
But
biggest reason
it-
to take the territory is you can't land fighters there, because 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ground units doesn't sound like much, but then you put 6 Japanese planes there, or
Yeah.
but
if
there's
it's not
nothing for
hostile,
Japan
and you
to-
put another
there's
6
nothing
German
for those
planes
planes
there.
to attack.
Say one more time.
There's nothing for those Japanese planes to attack that they would
Well,
want to land.
they'd just be on defense. If they don't have a good target, if he gets a good Cossack stack with 12 defending fighters, take all the German planes, take all the Japanese planes because he didn't capture the territory, then you can't stay on West Russia anymore. You'd have to pull back because you'll lose your capital.
He's gonna have to pull back anyway. I think he knows it. Nice. Ugh. Uh-oh. You guys getting the reload?
Nope.